What? You're gonna use the same dog to track a deer that you are to retrieve a bird? Does that even make any sense? One breed is a retriever and the other breed is a tracker. How could you possibly use the same dog for both tasks? Very easily, my friends. The most common cross-functional dog that I see a need for is a dove and deer dog. Here in Texas, and really largely across the country, maybe it's a different type of fowl, maybe it's a different type of deer, but here in Texas, the most common hunted animals for the man that may hunt twice a year, he's going dove hunting on Labor Day and he's going deer hunting over Thanksgiving. Say I'm a man and I want to go get a dog. And maybe I'm going to the pound to get a dog. My wife wants to rescue dogs and she believes in rescuing dogs. Okay, so we're gonna go to the pound and we're gonna evaluate a dog. So say we've decided on a breed. Dad wants to hunt, dove and deer dog type thing, and the rest of the family wants something that they like. Okay, that the temperament matches what they need. Okay, so with the family, you can look at the companionship characteristics, but for the dove and deer dog, I want to break it down for you right here and right now. These are not highly complex tasks. Most dogs have the ability to track. Most dogs have the ability to retrieve. However, we want to make sure that those instincts and that olfactory part of the brain is intact in a way that we can use it. The first thing I want to do is I want to find out if this pup has stability. Okay, I want to see, I want to make sure that it follows me well. It's not timid. Timid dogs can be good at certain tasks. But again, a lot of these specialized, maybe just hog dogs or maybe just cow dogs can have timidity. It doesn't work very well for a cross-functional dog, especially one that you want to be around friends and family. If you're a hunting guide and say you do some dove hunts early in the season and then you do some deer hunts late in the season, I'm looking for a temperament that wants to follow me. So you can see I'm working with this pup a little, and this gentleman that I'm working on, testing this pup for is not a huge hunter, but he hunts a lot of different things throughout the season as he has time, and his wife is also in on the decision. So this is a family decision. So wife has to be in on it. So we want a dog that's cool and looks good and has a good temperament and is not just gonna, attack the mailman and stuff like that. And then we need the other side of this dog, that we need the dove and deer dog that's gonna be able to go retrieve a dove with this gentleman or track a deer or hog or something like that and have, the appropriate prey drive and not attack his buddies that he's hunting with and not attack his buddy's dog. So we're looking for a very broad set of characteristics here. So the first thing that I look for is the dog actually not being timid, not being shy, and being stable. Okay, so we've already fired guns over this dog. We know he's not inherently gun shy, but the two things that I want to work on him with are the retrieving and the tracking. And you might say that, this is a 6-week-old puppy right here. I think he's just 2 days short of 6 weeks. That is the prime time where a lot of testing occurs. That's the 5-week time frame is when it's recommended you can start Volhard testing, which is a fundamental foundation of testing that I use. But anyway, I have adapted the Volhard testing for what I need for my cross-functional working dogs, and in this case, the dove and deer dog. So retrieving we'll do first.
It's too big for you? I think it's too big for you.
You can see here that I take the dog with just a little bitty tennis ball and down in the ground, and I'm trying to see if he'll retrieve it. I'm not training. I'm just trying to see if this dog has the prey drive to see something that you threw and forget about you and go after it. The stability to grab it, take ownership and be proud of it, and then the eagerness to please to bring it back to you. So those are the type of things that I'm testing here with this exercise. I don't give up right away on the dog because the dog has never been trained. He doesn't even know what a tennis ball is at this point. And it's really too big to fit in his mouth. I mean, it's a little puppy, as you can see. So we'll take him to a different environment where it's more isolated. So I'm gonna take him up on the deck where it has rails around it and the dog's sort of isolated to be there with me. And then let's get something that might be a little more comfortable in his mouth that the puppy's familiar with. So this little rope toy that you see me pull out here.
Good job, buddy. Come on.
Is something that the litter has been playing with, this puppy and all his, so he knows what this thing is and they like it. I just noticed that he gravitates to this toy. By the way, it could be any item All we're trying to do is find something that the puppy is attracted to, that has a desire to get in his mouth. Okay, so we get rid of the tennis ball, we take the rope toy, and you can see me throwing it out here. Now, this is not training. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on naturally with this puppy. So you can see he goes after the rope toy, he'll pick it up, and he'll bring it. He kind of might try to evade me a little bit, but I try to get in front of him. He brings it to me, and what I really, here's a key that I love, is he's very stable and has the pride that, you know, I've got the kill in my mouth. And you can see he's trying to kill it, which is great, prey drive. And then you can see he holds in his mouth, which is possession. And then he's coming back towards me, which is eagerness to please. Okay, so those are very important components of the hunt for a cross-functional working dog of any breed. I love it.
Come here, buddy. Good boy. Good boy, Dusty. Good boy. Good boy. That was so good. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. Good job. Here you go, buddy. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. You got it? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. That was good. Good boy. Now give it up. Give it up. Come on, give it up. Good boy. Okay, ready? Fetch. Good boy. Bring it here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. That's so good. Okay, ready? Fetch. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good job. Okay, give. Okay, give. Okay, okay. Good boy. Come on, let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it. Okay.
So you can see I can get, I want to be able to get at least 3 retrieves out of a puppy, but preferably, 6 to 10. And you can see I get a lot of retrieves out of this pup. So, I mean, I'm liking what I see from this pup from a retrieving standpoint. So what this allows the new owners to do is to start here. He can start with a game of fetch that he can build on. Then he can introduce birds to the equation. Okay, he can start with a dog that's gun steady, and then he doesn't have problems to start working with. He has a dog that's ready to be worked with and trained. Okay, step 2. Now let's check on the tracking side. So these are very basic things. This is not training. I'm just trying to see how the pup deals with senses. He's already been fed raw meat. So it's already, his olfactory senses have already awoken to, wow, this is an amazing thing. Ground beef is just awesome to dogs. He knows it. So as soon as he smells it, I know he's going to go crazy and he's going to want it. Okay, so that's already done. Now, what I do here is I'm up on this deck and I like this isolated environment. So I'm just taking this wad of ground beef and I'm just rolling it along the deck. And I really like this exercise the way I've done it here. Normally I do it down in dirt, but it gets all, ground beef is hard on dirt and gets dirt and stuff like that. But I just do it on the deck and you can see the grease line, which is equivalent to the scent line, where I've rolled this ball of ground beef out. So now we can put the puppy down on it. Now the wind's coming like kind of across, there's not really much wind, but you can see I put the puppy down in front of the scent line and release the puppy. And so what I want to see is, one, I want to see the puppy lose interest in meat. Now my hands smell like meat. You can see it's like, and he's used to me feeding him. He's like, wait, do you have it? But very quickly, what I love seeing is this puppy's like, no, there's something out there. There's something out there. And I'm confident enough that I'm not just going to go back to the boss man and ask him to help me get it. I'm going to lead the way. Very important. I'm telling you, I've trained tracking dogs, pups and stuff. The most frustrating thing is dogs that will not go out in front of you and go out and seek something. They keep coming back to you. They call them foot warmers. They keep coming back and trying to get under your feet and stuff like that, wrapping the leash around back of you. So I really like that he moves out in front of me in this just limited small test here. As he moves out in front, you can see that he's moving a little bit off of the scent line, which is pretty normal for Lacey's, but that is because he's following the scent that's blowing just to the side of the scent line as opposed to having his nose directly on the ground. But the most important thing is you see this puppy put his nose down and work out this track. As simple as it is, he puts his nose down and works out this track. What I don't like to see which could be great cattle dogs, should be great for lots of things, really eager, aggressive dogs. When you put them down on a scent line and they immediately hold their head up high, I don't even know if they're using the wind scent. They smell something's there. They hold their head up high and they start zipping all over the place. And those dogs will find stuff. But when tracks are hard they become exponentially harder. So when you want a dog that will go to the ground scent, can follow the scent line, whether it's blowing to the side or whatever, that can follow that scent line and decode things. I don't like seeing dogs that just run around frantically. And I will have patience with those dogs, but I need to see those dogs at some point. I smell something, I know it's here. What am I going to do? And I need them to go and work it out with their nose to the ground scent. Okay, so they need to do both. So by the same token, for me, okay, for the dogs that I raise, the tracking I raise, also, if the wind scent comes across here and the ground scent's here, I need a dog that's going to be able to pick up that wind scent, because deer will backtrack, they'll come back around, all kinds of things like that happen. So tracking is a very complex sport with dogs, so I'm not going to minimize it here. I'm just trying to get a dog that will start out tracking for him, and then he can develop all the hard things. Can this dog figure out hard tracks? Can it bay up a wounded deer? All these kind of things are questions that take 2 years plus to develop in a dog. But what I want him to do is I want him to spend those first 2 years with the dog doing what it naturally should be doing to make a great dove and deer dog. I love this candidate. It's a smaller pup. This is the run of the litter. We got a guy that's not a super aggressive hunter, but he's listen, I'm telling you, you sitting out there, you think you're not a big shot hunter and you go hunting 5-6 times a year, stuff like that. The chances are you hunt more and you're probably a better shooter than the average big talker on Facebook. I'm just telling you, that's the way the world is. So if you're sitting out there, you're thinking, oh, I'm not a big hunter, whatever, I go 5-6 times a year. You're a big hunter. I'm telling you, the internet has changed things. A lot of these men, some women, usually the women aren't full of crap. The men out there, oh, working dog, man, this and that. Go look at their Facebook page. See if you see a video of their dog doing any hunting. Or see if you see that dog on the couch. I think a lot of what has happened with the internet has been that we're getting to what's real.
Good boy, buddy. Good boy, Quant. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good job.